You know that moment, right? You're deep in thought, you say something out loud to yourself, and then you realize someone heard you. That instant, hot flush of embarrassment. We've all been there. But what if I told you that this little habit we're all so quick to hide is actually a superpower? Seriously, let's get into this, because we're about to change how you think about that voice in your head forever. And this right here is the whole story in a nutshell. For so long, we've been told it's weird, it's a sign of being crazy. But the actual science, it tells a completely different story. It's not a bug in your system. It's a premium feature, a high-performance upgrade.
So let's just call it what it is. The stigma is real. The moment you're caught muttering to yourself while looking for the cereal at the grocery store, you get that look. That little fear of judgment is totally normal. But here's the thing. It's all based on a huge misunderstanding of what's actually firing off inside your brain.
And look at this, it couldn't be clearer. On one side, you have the stigma. It's socially awkward, a sign of loneliness, you know the drill. But then you look at the science, and it's a whole other world. We're talking high cognitive speed, complex thought organization. The difference is just staggering. It's not a weakness, it's a sign of a brain that's firing on all cylinders. Okay, so let's leave the stigma in the rearview mirror and get to the good stuff. From now on, I want you to stop thinking of this as a weird little quirk. Think of it as a secret cognitive upgrade that's been running in the background this whole time. Here's the best way to think about it. Your brain is an absolute beast of a supercomputer. And when that computer is trying to process a ton of information at once, like a really tough problem or a tangled mess of emotions, it needs a way to vent some of that processing power. Your voice? That's your external processor. Saying things out loud literally helps your brain compute faster and way more efficiently. It's not a bug, it's a feature. All right, so you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? It's not some kind of magic trick, it's pure neuroscience. There are some really cool psychological mechanics at play that make speaking your thoughts so powerful. Let's look at a couple of the big ones.
So first, there's this fancy-sounding term called upregulation stimulation. Sounds intense, right? But the idea is actually super simple. When you just think a thought, you use certain parts of your brain. But when you say it out loud, you fire up even more areas, your language centers, your motor skills. All that extra brain power creates this incredible laser focus on whatever you're doing, and it pushes all the other mental clutter to the side.
And then there's this one, which is my personal favorite, spaced self-talk. This is a game changer. See, when a thought is just bouncing around in your skull, you're in it. You're too close to it. It's emotional, it's messy. But the second you speak it out loud, you create distance. It's like you've taken the thought out of your head and placed it in front of you. Suddenly, you're not just the thinker, you're also the listener. And that space lets you look at your own thoughts with fresh, objective eyes. Okay, so the science is cool, but what does this actually mean for you day to day? How can you use this internal toolkit? Well, it basically unlocks two cognitive superpowers that you can start using right now. And here they are. First, the power to take a total mess of complex thoughts and weave them into a clear, organized plan. And second, the ability to regulate your own emotions, to literally calm yourself down in moments of stress. These aren't just little party tricks, these are fundamental skills for navigating a really complicated world.
Let's start with organizing thoughts. You know that feeling when your brain is just a tangled knot of ideas and you don't know where to start? Well, when you talk it out, you force yourself to put one word after another. You externalize it. That simple act forces you to create a story, a linear narrative, and once you see the story laid out clearly, the solution, the path forward, it often just clicks into place. You're literally talking your way to clarity.
And then there's the emotional side. And wow, this one is huge. When you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, just saying the feeling out loud, okay, I am feeling really stressed about this, it works wonders. You're using that spaced self-talk we talked about. You take this big, scary, formless emotion and you give it a name. And just by naming it, you shrink it. You take away its power. It's like having your own therapist on call 24/7, and that therapist is you. So, from now on, the next time you catch yourself talking through a problem out loud, I want you to do something different. Don't feel that flush of embarrassment. Don't look around to see who heard. Instead, I want you to recognize it for what it is. It's your brain kicking into high gear. And just know, you are in some incredible company. The greatest thinkers, scientists, artists, so many of them were known for pacing around, muttering to themselves, working through their brilliant ideas. They knew the secret. They understood that their inner monologue wasn't just random noise. It was a dialogue with a genius. And that's really what I want to leave you with. This habit isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a tool. It's a feature. It's your secret weapon.
So if talking to yourself is really a dialogue with the genius inside you, what amazing thing are you two going to talk about next?